The message said, he's gone. And I wrote back, what? She said another one. She said, Del's dead. He was found dead in bed. He wouldn't wake up. I said, who found him? And she said, David. I was told that David called 911.
911, where's your emergency?
My name is David Shafer.
Well, what's going on there, sir?
Well, I woke up this morning and my father passed away.
Del was actually taken to a funeral home. They thought it was natural causes. Everybody thought it was natural death.
I gave him CPR.
Okay, all right, sir.
He's dead.
I just wrote back, David did it. I don't care what anybody says, David killed him. And she says, how do you know that? I said, because I know David, he killed him.
He's there at the house with you?
Yes, he's on the couch.
He's definitely not breathing. You're positive of that, sir?
No, he's not breathing. He's ice cold.
This whole thing was a ruse. Poor me, come help me. Poor me, my dad's dead. Yeah, poor me, I had to find my dad.
What is your father's name?
Delbert Shafer.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. And
I am too.
And how old is your dad?
He was 71.
What a joke he is. I mean, it's pathetic the way he tried to sound like he was sympathetic. But you notice the one thing that caught my eye, how old is your dad? He was 71. In his mind, he's gone. Let's get him out of here. That's the way I hear it when I hear that phone call.
It was a Sunday morning. This is how I found out my dad died.
Hello?
She said, well, I just wanted to check up on you. It made me raise an eyebrow, and I said, what's going on? She said, you didn't hear. And I said, hear what?
What are you talking about?
And she said, your dad was found dead this morning. His cause of death, as far as I knew, was he died in his sleep of a heart attack. I was devastated. I just started crying. But I really didn't have any reason to suspect that it was anything other than natural causes.
I gave him CPR.
Okay, all right, sir.
He's dead.
He's definitely not breathing. You're positive of that, sir?
No, he's not breathing. He's ice cold.
This is my first time hearing it. That doesn't sound right at all. He doesn't sound panicked. He doesn't sound like, there doesn't sound like there's any sense of urgency or anything like that in his voice. It sounds staged. That's what it sounds like. He could be describing a bad meal, is what it sounds like, rather than being somebody who's just found their father deceased. Yeah, I don't buy it at all. When I called David, and I said, hey, it's Tom, how are you? How you holding up?
Hey, just checking in.
And his words to me, and I quote, were, I suppose you're calling to see how much money you're getting. And I said, no, I'm calling to see what the hell happened to our father. And he said, well, I don't know what happened to him. I went and I tried to wake him up. He wouldn't wake up. But anyway, back to the money. The will is in my name. I'm the executor, and it is non-contestable. I was thrown to the floor by that.
David, I don't care about the will.
Why would you come right out and say that to me? Very first thing. So that there raised some suspicions. I know something's not right.
The will stated for everything that he owned to go to David, his beloved son David. Never heard Del say that about David. He may have favored him in some marriage, but never beloved. The other kids weren't even mentioned. He would never leave everything to David because I know how he felt about the other kids. And I know he had a will before that because I had it made with me. So I can understand him getting a new will after we got divorced, but this will was just made a few months before he passed away. Alarm bells went off. I just don't imagine any way that Delbert would have signed this new will without somebody forcing him to do it. Well, the next thing I know, I have a detective on my doorstep. The detective that came to visit me said, I understand you think David did it, and we do too.
What we do know for certain is that Delbert's death was not from natural causes.
David apparently had told the funeral home to cremate the body. And then when the mortician goes to prepare the body, he says, wait a minute, this is not a natural death. This man's been beaten.
According to our ME's report, it was a very violent death.
And that's when he called the coroner. The coroner came in and said, it's a homicide. And then the police got involved.
He had bruises that I have to account for. And with you being the only witness, I have to come to you and say, well, you know, what about this, what about this?
They said he suffered greatly. No less than 6 strikes to the face, 2 strikes to the back of his head. He had 6 broken ribs. He had a fractured sternum.
Maybe he broke his ribs falling down in the snow. I can't tell you this. I can't.
After he beat him, he put him on the couch, and then he waited till he died, which was hours, I guess.
When you saw that your dad was cold, what did you do?
I gave him CPR.
Okay. And
he was unresponsive. He was dead.
When he was finally dead, he went to the ATM and took $500 out of his dad's account and then called the EMTs.
Anybody who's gonna talk about me and my dad will tell you that me and my dad were in a good relationship.
It was like somebody hit me with a brick. I told the detective that came to visit me that please find justice for Del.
I received a copy of my father's death certificate in the mail. After reading that, I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. And then at the very bottom, it says cause of death and homicide. And I lost it. David was the only one there. The only one. That little son of a bitch killed my dad.
I didn't kill my father.
No, we never said you did.
the reason we keep asking these questions is because you were the only one there to be able to tell us the story.
I confronted him over the phone. When I asked him point blank, what did you do to our father? He told me to shut the F up and never bring it up again.
I would not want my father to be dead at all.
Yes.
I don't get anything out of his death. Nothing.
I was greeted with a response of, don't you ever effing talk to me about that again. That is a forbidden subject. Don't you ever call or talk to me again. Now, an innocent man says, I didn't do anything to my dad. I don't know what happened to Dad, Tom. A guilty man says, don't you ever bring that up again. Then I knew he did it. It was clear as day. The little son of a bitch killed my dad.
I just hope you guys don't think I had something to do with his death. It would devastate me to think that I'm going to spend the rest of my life in jail.
I wanted him to feel what my father felt. Yeah, I wanted him to know what it was like. I want to find him, and I want to just choke the life out of him.
Look, I don't know what happened to my dad. I can't tell you how many times. I don't know exactly what happened to him. It's unfortunate.
I had my keys, and I wanted to get out of the apartment, and my girlfriend said no. Because if you do something to him, you're no better than him. Let the courts handle it. And that's all I could do.